Okay, we are live. Welcome to the Team Blitz live hangout. Today is February 10th. My name is Teresa Kaiser, and I'm joined here today by John Curtis, and you guys can just wave for now. We'll get you introduced in a minute. Katrina Russell, Nestor Nadome. Hey, hopefully I said his last name right, and Terrence Freeman, all from Team Blitz. Now, we all actually share one thing in common, and that is that we are all in and have went all out on our business. What does that mean for your business? And that is the subject that we'll be speaking of today.
We are live. Welcome to the Team
And I'm getting some feedback. Hold on just a second.
February 10th. My name is Teresa Kaiser.
I turned that off. You don't need to be technical to be all in either. So anyway, you go all in and you go all out. What does that mean? Well, basically, my point of view would be, you know, if you're going to do something, do it right. My father was in the military, and he always said, you know what, either go or don't. Well, in the military, they say it in a different term, but either do it or don't, you know, crap or get off the pot. So the point is, if you're going to do something, do it right. Now, does that mean you have to be perfect at something? No. Does it mean you have to have a level of commitment in your business? Yeah. It means you have to have some consistency and have a purpose and a why behind something. I mean, seriously, if you're going to go out and for example, let's say you drive a Pinto wagon. No, nothing against a Pinto wagon, but you try to go and sell a Maserati to somebody. How can you do that? You don't know how it feels to drive the Maserati. I mean, how can you sell a Maserati? What are the points on it, you know, if you're driving a Pinto? So the point is to be able to go all in and explain what the products are to people to be able to do just that. And the knowledge that you gain and the leadership skills that you gain from being all in, from the education and so forth that you get in the opportunity that we are presenting, which is the Empower Network, which I am all in and absolutely love. I'm going to introduce to you now, and I'm going to kind of just sit back and let them, you know, speak about their experiences and why they chose to go all in. And next up, I'd like to introduce to you John Curtis, who I would also like to congratulate from my IPES team for going all in, and I believe it was yesterday, correct? And today, today, because he made a decision. He made a decision that he wanted to drive the Maserati instead of the Pinto. Okay, so I introduce to you John Curtis from the state of California.
Yo, what's going on? Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. And yeah, it was actually just today. A little bit about me. I've been in Empower Network for a little while now, and I was actually tiptoeing for a long time. For whatever reason, I was tiptoeing, and I wasn't having really a tremendous amount of results. And the reason why I wasn't having a tremendous amount of results is because I really wasn't taking my business seriously. And I didn't even realize it, though. I actually was fooling myself for quite a long time. And I was believing with what everybody tells you, you know, you have to get some guaranteed money, so you need to go and work someplace or get a good job so that you can get a guaranteed hourly wage so that you can work X amount of hours, and then you're able to afford to live. Well, I found that I wasn't able to live because I was working just too many hours, and the hours that I was working was actually being traded for my bills, you know, so I just didn't really want to take a look at the rest of my life and go that direction. A little bit about me. I'm 43 years old. I'm from San Diego, originally born and raised in New York, but I've been out in California for half my life. I love it out here. It's beautiful. I have a son. He's 22 years old, and I have a grandson. He's almost 4 months old. And the reason why I actually started to take my business seriously is because I want to allow them the opportunity to be able to be a family and actually stay at home and have my son raise his son, my grandson, and be with his beautiful wife, my daughter-in-law, and be together so that they are able to actually enjoy life and be together and do things that they want to do to grow in whatever relationship and direction that they want to grow in. But sometimes we work so hard and we get stressed out because we have it in our head that we really truly have to bust butt in order to make it happen, right? And so what we do as parents, speaking as a father, as a man, what we do is we think that we have to kind of go away from our family in order to support them because there's other opportunities, there's more jobs or more money working at some other location, or joining the military, like my son actually had to do. My son's in the Army right now, and my grandson is almost 4 months old, and my son only had a couple of weeks with him in his lifetime. And I don't want to see that moving forward. I don't want to see that time separated from him. So that's a little bit about my why, but the bottom line is that we are invested 100% in our business, okay? And that means that we're completely dedicated both mentally and physically. We will do what it takes. We are doing what it takes. This is not an easy business, and no business that you dedicate 100% of your efforts is easy. So if you think this is easy, it's not easy. This is about taking control of your life. This is about making decisions that are going to be able to take you to the next level. And wherever that is, whatever your interest is, whatever your vision is, whatever your goals are, you have the road, you have the pathway to that area. Okay, so you have the ability to make decisions in order to get to that destination. So no matter what vehicle you're using, you're either working smarter or you're working harder. Okay, and you have to ask yourself, what are you doing? Because if you find that you're not having results, then you need to ask yourself, are you really dedicated? Are you truly vested in this business or in the business that you're in? And this is not just like my business or our business. This is a business that is, I'm a dog trainer. You see my name right at the bottom of the screen, or actually I think it disappeared. I am a West Coast dog trainer. I'm a dog trainer. I promote my dog training, and that's what I do to make money. I teach and I train dogs, but I make a lot of my teaching, a lot of my money online now because I'm able to teach so many more people, and I'm able to reach so many more people and help so many more people with my value and my message. So that's why I'm all in. That's why I'm invested in my business. That's why I'm dedicated to my business, to myself, to my future, and to the people that I bring into this business. So everybody that joins with me and comes in with this business here understands that they're bringing their value here. And they're bringing 100% of their value here. Because why? Because they want to take control of their future. And this is really the only way to do it, being 100% all in. So no matter what you're doing, if you're not all in, then you're just wasting time because you're not giving it 100% and you're not going to get the results that you're expecting to get. And then you're going to fool yourself and you're going to be mad at somebody else. So it looks like I'm not sure if I'm frozen here, but on my end, everything is kind of frozen, and that's really all I have to say. So I'm actually going to stop talking here and pass it on to somebody else. I might have to go out and come back in.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool, cool. All right, so I'll go ahead and go next. We'll leave the best for last right here, Terrence Freeman, right? But a little, am I still on, Terrence? I don't know if I just cut off right now or not. I really can't see anything. Right, just like John said. Everything froze.
You're still on. You're still on. Just your camera. Your camera's out.
All right, perfect, perfect. Cause I can't see you right there. Everything like froze to me, like that, just like John said. Okay, perfect. That.com, and I love this subject about being all in, right? And it's something that I had to experience for myself. Just like John, I was dabbling in Empower Network for a while. Pushing it hard. I really believed in it and everything, but I am that rare occasion where all my choices have to be done mutually with my wife. Sometimes I see a lot of couples that don't do that, and I'm a big believer in that. I also am a big believer in handling everything as one, even though you're in a couple. So for a long time. I really wasn't all in financially. I was all in mentally and physically in my business, but not really more financially, only because I wasn't getting my wife involved in the business, right? I wasn't getting her involved in looking at what we were doing, right? I would just talk to her about it, so I really wasn't getting her emotionally involved. And so it wasn't until I really talked to her and I really showed her the results that people are having, right? And even though, I was having some results, I wasn't really being able to break through that wall because I didn't have the education, right? Because being all in also at the same time means you have to have all of the education necessary to be able to, break through that wall. And so I showed my wife, all the results that people are having, the results from Team Blitz as well, everybody, right? Everything. And then I told her, it's like, you know what, if you really want me to hit our financial goal, if you want us to be able to, really have that life, then, we have to make a decision to not only be all in mentally, but also be all in financially. And so that's when and I told her, I asked her, like, do you believe in me? And she said, well, yeah, I believe in you. It's like, well, if you believe in me, then this is a decision that we have to make, right? And, so she gave me that green light, and I finally, got everything. I got all the products, I got everything, all the education, and ever since I've been going through it, and my marketing has just been exploding because of the education that I recently learned and started to apply into my marketing. There was things in there that were basically, before that, there were holes in my marketing. There were holes in my business, right? I had a lot of leaks. Imagine yourself having a bucket and you're filling in water, and all of a sudden all these holes, it's dripping out the water that you're putting in there. And once I got myself the education that I required, that I needed, all of a sudden I was able to patch all those holes up. And now my traffic is going up. I'm starting to get a lot of traction on my marketing. A lot of my blog posts are getting tons of comments. I mean, one of them has like 30 comments, another one has like 25 comments. Traffic has just been blowing up all over the place. I've been getting leads on my blog from free leads from doing the stuff that I started to apply once I got the information that's in the back office. But that's one of the importance of going all in. And the reality is, the bottom line is that sometimes, we're afraid of doing something, right? We're afraid of just being able to go in, being able to just say, you know what, I believe in what I'm doing. And I still remember one time I was working with this gentleman, and this gentleman had a lot of money, and he taught me the gambling, right? Right now, when we're talking about all in, right? The all in phrase comes from gambling, and he was teaching me that, how to always win, right? In the gambling session. And there's a little thing right here where he said, you know what? You can never lose if you have enough money, and if there's no limit, right? And I was like, well, how do you do that? How do you not lose? And so we went to Vegas. He took me down to the state line, and we're sitting there. And he gave me a couple of $100, and he put a couple of $100 on a roulette table, and he said, choose a color. And I was like, okay, well, I'll choose black, right? So we both put our color in black, and so what happened is like a couple of $100, and he had a couple of $100, and all of a sudden, red comes along. We lost the money. So he said, okay, all we gotta do is double up, right? So we double the money. Now it's, let's say it was 100, now it's like, 200, and again, red comes along, and I was like, man, what's going on here? And we lost, and he sort of like put some more money, and he put $400 on my black, and put $400 on his, and again the black came again, right? And I was just starting to get a little nervous because I was like, oh my God, we're losing this guy's money, right? And he was just like not nervous at all, nonchalant. He was laughing, making jokes, while I was just sweating it out, right? And he was, he was just, you can see that he was all in. You can see he was dedicated to what he was doing, right? And so we kept going, and it is just weird how red keep on coming back, red keep on coming back. And the thing is that once you chose the color, you cannot move away from the color. Now you really lose that money. You have to start being there and doubling your money until that the black or your color comes along. So we were, we were already like, I had like a couple of $1,000. He had a couple of $1,000 in his line, and the limit was like about like 3,500. So we were getting to the limit, right? And this guy was just basically like, all in his mentality, right? And I was just sweating it out. I mean, at this point, even the dealer was sweating it out. The manager was coming out, and he was kind of just seeing this, and he was sweating it out. And you gotta think about it. We're doubling up every single time we lose. So it's every time it's like 100 plus all the other money that we, right? And so, but that was going on, and the thing is that the mentality you have about being able to be all in is just something that that I kind of knew about, but it's not until you experience it that you really know the power of it, right? So when I got all in my business, it just opened up a whole new world, right? It also gave me the confidence to be able to speak about my business, with a certain statute of like that what you're talking about, right? For instance, I went with one of my teammates, who's having trouble kind of believing in the business, right? And he loves Empower Network as well. So and he lives around close to me. So I went with him, and I was talking to him, and I told him, it's like, buddy, I just got all in, man. I just got all in. I made a decision, and he was just like his eyes just like glowed, because you can tell he wants to do the same, right? And I was talking about it. It's like, you know what, you can't express, and you cannot really share. I can talk all I want right now about how it really feels and what it really means, but I told him it's not until you do it, until you actually go all in mentally and financially, because you really believe that you're gonna win. See, that's what it truly means, right? That's what I was telling him. It's like, it truly means that you're gonna win. And so when I said that, I told him that.
No, she's still there?
Nestor? Okay, Nestor is actually froze. I'm not sure exactly what happened. We'll bring him back out in a moment.
Give him 1
Sorry about
second.
that. Okay, guys, what I want to do is I want to introduce to you now actually a very powerful lady, Katrina Russell. And Katrina has had many challenges in her life, including going all in. Sometimes you have to make a decision. You can either go all in your business or all in your life or whatever it takes. But going all in means mind, body, and soul. And take it away, please, Katrina.
Hi, everybody. I'm on this call right now. Sorry, I'm a little late. I just got in from work. But yeah, my all-in story is something that I wanted to tell. I've gone all in a lot of ways. The most recent being, I told my story. And my story is, yes, I'm a former network marketer, but my story that I did not want to tell is that I had been diagnosed with MS about 9 years ago, actually 9 years on my birthday. I was diagnosed, and so what I can really say about that decision, going all in and telling my story, it has been one of the most liberating things I have ever done. I kind of told these guys that I had kind of been living this sounds really weird, but I had kind of been living a double life in a way, because the people I went to high school with knew me as the person who was pursuing a modeling career. I wanted to be a fashion model, and I was pursuing that. And the people from college knew me as a person who had great faith but was battling a disease. And so I would never let the two meet. If someone from high school saw me, they would be like, you know, what's going on, but I would never really tell them. And on my Facebook wall, I would take all my pictures standing up because I'm not wheelchair bound or anything like that. I can stand and walk and things like that. But I would always take my pictures standing up. I would never take a picture in a wheelchair, just so that people wouldn't know. And about a week ago, on Saturday, I just put it all out there. I put it all out there. This is what I'm going through. And people have been so encouraging. And I've really been able to help people. And so that's really, what does this have to do with the blogging platform? Well, this blogging platform actually uses it as a way to reach out to other people, to encourage them to tell their story and to connect with me, so that, I mean, going through a disease is something. And it's even worse when you feel like you're doing it alone, which I've never felt like, because I have an extremely supportive family. But it's always more encouraging to know that someone actually knows what you're going through. So that is my physical all-in story. My other all-in story pertaining to this business is that I went all in, and just to keep it short, I purposely went in on my sponsor's birthday. He did not believe me when I told him I went all in, but I did. And what I've product, my favorite is the 15K formula, which is an old product. But when you go all in, you'll get that product as well as the new products. But just the things that I've learned that I'm kind of tossing around in my head, that if I implement this pertaining to my all-in story about MS, I can reach so many people. And these products taught me how to do that, how to reach these people. So do I encourage you to go all in? Yes, I do. And when I did it, I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap it up, Teresa. I had actually stopped doing the business for about 8 months. And then I came back in, but I was just with the blogging platform. And so they had this bundle, something like what they have now. And you had to get in by a certain time. And I started getting mad because that was like 3 days away. And I'm like, there's no way, no freaking way I can do this. I can come up with this money in 3 days. And so, but I really wanted it. And it was bothering me. I'm like, how can I do this? How can I get it done? So I started thinking, actually, I was sitting right here. You know, I'm in the bathroom right now. Forgive me, everybody. But it's the only place in my house where it's quiet. And so I was thinking, I was praying. I'm like, how can I get this done? And the idea just came to me. And so I'm like, I'm going to do this. And within minutes, I had the money in my account. And I went all in on that day. Like I said, it was my sponsor's birthday. I really wanted to do it because what better way to say happy birthday than to do that. So I did that, and it was a great decision. So go all in mentally, physically. Go all in this business. Asa.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. And for those of you who have not yet met Katrina, Katrina is a very passionate young lady. And a little something that she may have not shared with you. Did you know, and I want you to think about this, and I hope it's all right if I share this. Katrina had the opportunity to walk the runways as a model. Did you know that? That this beautiful young lady had a dream, but you know what? She did not let that stop her when she found out that she was diagnosed with her MS. Because when you have, we all have a purpose. We all have a why in life, and sorry for moving a lot. Got to find that comfy spot. You know, it's cold outside. But anyway, we all have a purpose. We all have a why, and sometimes in life our why changes, you know. Sometimes our purpose changes. I mean, and I'm going to cover this because going all in, and you know, Terrence is so patiently waiting. He's like, when's it my turn? Yeah, we'll get you. Going all in also means that sometimes you may have to change your mindset. Now, that means that it's going to be okay to let go of a little bit of that money. How much would you pay to be a doctor? You know, you seem to think it's okay to pay to be a doctor to go to school. And how long does it take to get that back? And basically, you know, we spend a lot of time trying to earn that money back. Now, income disclosure. Anyone that talks about income on this Hangout, just so you know, income results are not guaranteed or typical. We all choose to be above average, and you can see our average income earnings at empowernetwork.com/income.php, and you'll be able to see the average earnings in live real time of an Empower Network representative affiliate. Okay, so I apologize for some people that are being frozen, so if you do experience someone being frozen, we're working on bringing them back in so that they can finish their conversation with you guys this evening. Okay. But changing your mindset. I mean, how can you change your mindset or find the resources, you know? And when I first started, I thought, boy, I could really use that money for like a new car. I could really use. But then if you switch everything around and you say, well, if I spend this now and invest in myself, if I was a Maserati person, of course, then I could go get that Maserati. But when we are being raised and brought up in life, it's go to school, get a, you know, good grades, get a good job, and I really want you to think about this, and this may make some people mad, but why would you work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to then retire for only a few years of enjoyment to live on 40% of what you used to make before and wonder how you're going to buy groceries? Because honestly, that's about how it goes for people who are retired. I watch people, they struggle. They can't even pay for their medicines. So what is it going to be for you? All in, all out? Or do you want to sit there and struggle and count your pennies and find out how you're going to pay for your heart medicine? Because that is reality. Plain and simple. So, Terrence, can you actually hear me? Because I don't see him moving.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes?
I'm good. I mean, can you guys see me?
Guys. So I'm going to bring, yeah, I can hear you now. Good, good, good. So I'm going to bring out Terrence Freeman now. And Terrence, a couple of questions. Now, you've been with Empower, I believe, a couple of years. Yes, correct? As well as about me, same time?
Yeah, about 3 years now.
Okay. Oh, a little bit longer. So my 2-year anniversary with Empower was actually in the end of December. And so I'm going on the 2 years and 2 months now almost. So, Terrence, tell us a little bit about, you know, when you first started out, how long did it take you to go all in, or what made you make the decision to go all in? Maybe you could share a little bit of your story with us today, if you would.
Absolutely, guys, absolutely. And I want to thank everyone here who's on this panel. And let me congratulate John, because you know, John took the massive initiative to go all in, and I want to congratulate you, John, for even taking that action, my friend. Katrina, there's no words I can say, but is to say thank you, because again, you've always been a part of my life for the past 5 years, and we've known each other for quite some time, and we both want the best for each other. Well, to start me off, guys, I'm from New York City. I was originally in traditional marketing, network marketing, belly to belly, which I still do. And what happened there was it worked out, but then it, you know, there's always a need. Like there's always a hole, right? That's missing in the industry when you're dealing with people. And what happened with me was, after 2 years of having some great weeks with what I was doing, I started feeling like a recycling bin. Like, you can't control what people do, but it's like you put people in, they go out. You put one in, they're going out. So your volume doesn't go up. So I needed to catch something, right? So what was brought to me was Empower Network. And I basically joined Empower Network to help me with my traditional network marketing company, because I honestly, there's always room to learn more. There's always room to become a better marketer, to market better, and to be able to share your products and services in a way where you'll be able to gravitate those prospects, right? And when I saw Empower, I said, I didn't have a clue of what the hell it was. I mean, I knew who Dave Wood was, who is the founder of Empower Network, but you know, at that time I wasn't paying mind to him online. So when I got into Empower Network, I had the blogging platform. I sold the same day I joined. I sold the blogging platform that same very day without me picking up the phone. All I did was post it on Facebook. Someone joined, so I knew that I was on to something. And so I started really getting all in mentally before I even went all in, guys. I started actually, because I'm a shy dude, you know what I'm saying? And at one point in my life, I wouldn't talk to people. Like, you know, you'd have to, like, if you see me at the party, I'd be the one holding up the wall. You know what I'm saying, guys? That used to be me, but that's not me anymore. Because as you educate yourself and you give yourself some personal development, you can only be confident in this world and be confident in yourself, right? No one is going to do that better than you. You see, so when I saw that platform, I was like, go all in. Wow, where am I going to get this money, right? Like, I'm like already thinking about the money, and a lot of people make that mistake. So I'm going to share with you guys why you shouldn't do that, right? Because at the end of the day, when you're sitting there and you're thinking about how much the system costs or whatever you're buying costs, the more that you're thinking about that money of what you need to invest in, the further away that opportunity will just fade away, because you're not taking the initiative, massive action by just deciding to do it, right? So that's what I did. I didn't have the money to go all in, but what I did was I took out a credit card, and when I got into Empower was in January. I didn't do anything for a whole month. Up until February 16th is when I started taking action. Even when I made that first sale, that whole month I didn't do anything, you know, because I was still in confusion mode. Should I market what I'm still marketing and blend it with Empower, or just do Empower Network, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, long story short, I got a compliance from my network marketing company, and I left that because that totally threw me off by getting that compliance letter, when in actuality Empower Network helps a lot of companies and a lot of distributors as yourself, who you could be selling Organo Gold, you could be selling Wake Up Now, well, not now, but you could be selling DSD, you could be selling so many products out there. But what Empower does, it enhances your marketing skill set, right? So I took out a credit card. I didn't even think I was going to get that credit card, guys. And from February to March, in April, I went all in. And like I said before, I was already all in my mindset, even though I didn't know what the hell Empower Network was. All I knew, it was a blogging platform, and I didn't even have a blog written up. Never. Now I have over 380 blog posts, 279 videos. Also, I don't know how many capture pages I got out there, but this is what being all in does for you. Because when you have all of the products, right, and you go through each module where you're basically developing your marketing skills, because one thing that people make a big mistake is they join a company and they don't know how to market it. Just because the company says, go out there, talk to your grandmother, your father, your friends, you at the end of the day, if you can't sell to your family, guess what? You're going to have a hard time selling to people. So what is it that we need to do? We need to educate ourselves and find a system that's going to help us push our marketing skills to a level where, like I said before, is going to have people gravitate towards you. Being all in is not just being all in with the products. It's like what all these guys had already said, and I'm going to repeat it like a broken record. You have to be all in mentally, physically, spiritually. You have to know what it is that you want, right? We all want a better lifestyle, right? But in order for you to grab that lifestyle, you have to go all in to make it an outcome. You know what I'm saying? So it can become an all out, you know? In whatever you do, even when you was in college. You remember when you was in college and you're studying, you're going through these semesters, and you're going all in just to get to the next level. You're going all in, but then an obstacle comes in the way and you quit. You see? But with this platform, when you're getting products like the top producer formula, top building formula, the mass influence formula, guys, these products are what's going to take you and your business to the next level. You're not going to make money here on just a $25 blogging platform. You're not going to make money here on just $100 inner circle mind setting audio that you should be having anyway and you should be listening to every day, right? But by having those two products, and once you get to the inner circle, believe me, you're going to want to get all in. And you're going to want to do it by Friday the 13th, my friends. Right now is a discount that is happening, and guys should take advantage of it. Just like Katrina did on my birthday, which I highly thank her for. I mean, caught me off guard. You know, I didn't even know. It was a few days after, I think, or two or 3 days after, and I didn't even know. I just saw I saw an email, I think it was, that I saw, and I was like, really? So, you know, it's a great feeling to see your team members go all in, because when you go all in as a leader, guess what? Your team members will follow you. But you have to show and prove to them the results of what you've accomplished by being all in. Guys, after 3 months within the 3 months that I went all in, I made my all in sale that same week. That same week. I didn't pray for it. I didn't call for it. All I did was post it out there and tell people how important it is to have these products. And if you're doing some type of marketing, if you're in some type of multi-level marketing company and you're stuck and you're between the fence for the past year and you still haven't gotten anybody in your team, you might want to get these products so this way you start becoming a better marketer. And that's what being all in does for me, for Nestor, for Teresa, for John, who just went all in today, guys. Okay? His partner Gail went all in. Katrina's all in. There's a few more people in Team Blitz who are all in. And for you guys who are here watching this and are in Team Blitz, you guys have every right and deserve to upgrade this week. You deserve it, guys. Okay? No one is going to do it for you. Your time to do it is now. Your time to get all in is now. Today, tonight, by the 13th, guys. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, just hear me out real quick and I'm going to pass it over, but a lot of people join this company, go all in, and quit. I've had someone do it, you know, and they joined the company that already closed their doors. You know what I'm saying? So, and the funny thing is that I got a few inboxes from some ex-people who were going to become a part of Team Blitz, but they went the other route. But now that the doors is closed in WUN and Wake Up Now, they're coming back, guys. They should have never left, and they know that, right? They thought that they could take whatever they had and take that company or take their marketing skills to another level, but at the same time, you got to be aware of who the CEO is of the company, who's the CFO, who are the people who are controlling the ship. That's important. And I knew that the ship that I'm on right now is not just cruising, guys. This is like a speedboat, guys. And Power Network doesn't stop for nobody. You either grab on, and you better hold on tight, because when you get all in, guys, when you get all in today, today, when you get all in and you hit that button down below and you upgrade, or if you're not in Empower Network, you start today, get your blog, level up in the sequence, and go all in today, guys. Invest in yourself. People are so quick to buy things that they don't need and don't even it's not even irrelevant in their lives, right? Same with the education you get in college. Has nothing to do with what you're doing now. You might be working a 9 to 5. Did your degree have anything to do with that? No. But here, with the all-in products, right, you'll be able to become a better marketer, become a better teacher, become a better leader, a motivator. Guys, this thing is an all-in-one package. In other words, it's all wrapped up. And it's all wrapped up in order to help you become a better marketer. That is it. The training is there. The videos are there. Everything is in the all-in sequence. But you're not going to find out by sitting on a $25 blogging platform. You have to step it up. You got to upgrade. In order for your life to become that lifestyle that you're looking for, you have to go all in. You got to be willing to invest in yourself and not worry about how much it costs, why this costs. Because let me tell you guys something. Since I've been all in, my marketing skills has gotten better. My traffic is getting better. My blogs, I write blogs every day, which you should be doing daily, okay? And again, it also teaches you how you can promote your ads. Like, I mean, there's so much stuff to cover in the all-in sequence that, you know, in order to stay here on the Hangout, it'll be another hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? But it's you. It's your decision. You have to make that decision now. Is this the right fit for me right now? Is this perfect for me right now? And I'll be honest with you, I would say yes. Because if you're not making money and you're stuck between two fences and you're looking for ways to make it easier for you income-wise, then you have to be willing to mentally be all in. You have to be willing mentally to take your business to the next level. You have to say it every day. Look, you know what you should do? Before Friday, every day this week, you say to yourself at least 100 times a day, I'm going all in, I don't know how, but I will do it. I'm going all in, I don't know how, but I will do it. I'm going all in, I don't know how, but I will do it. I'm going all in, I don't know how, but I will do it. And guess what? The universe works very mysteriously, guys. Just like it worked for Katrina, just like it worked for John, just like it worked for Nestor when he got all in and he came up with the money, the same way with Teresa. Guys, we're average, well, we're not average people anymore, you know what I'm saying? But we was at a point where we were just average beings thinking the same way. You're probably sitting here right now watching this saying, oh my God, you know, they're asking me to go all in, but I don't have the money. Stop saying that you don't have, because you do have it. All you have to do is reframe your thoughts, guys. Trust me that the universe will work for you as long as you work with it. Give it something to work with. You know what I'm saying? Give it something to work with, guys. So with that being said, I mean, I don't have much more to say. All I can say is, look, when you make $3,000 days, $1,000 days, guys, while sitting in a cubicle, it feels pretty goddamn good, especially when you have your coworkers who are watching you and they see what's happening. And it's only a matter of time. Like I tell my coworkers, I won't be here next year. You know, I'm looking to move over to the West Coast. But the only way that's going to happen for me, I got to be all in. Like my business, my mind, my spirit, my body, everything about me, my core fiber has to be all in. And it's always been all in since January 16th. I've been all in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going anywhere. So, hey, my name is Terrence Freeman. I'm here to help you guys. Team Blitz is here to help you guys. Team Blitz is here to help all of you guys who are viewers to go all in this week. Make it happen. Let's make something happen for you guys. So this way your business and your lifestyle can become what it is, an outcome, guys. Because that's what life is. It's an outcome. We make that, though. We got to make that. Okay? We make that decision. So make that decision now. Click the link below. Get started. If you're in Team Blitz already and you're not all in, upgrade today. Let's go and get started, guys. You guys already know. Pass it on to you, Teresa.
Very good. I love being the moderator because then I get to just add on to what you have to say there. Now, earlier, Nestor did get some computer glitches, and my understanding is Nestor is in an area where it's kind of glitchy or so forth. And in the beginning here, and we're going to have Nestor finish out our call because his story is very powerful, and he'll be finishing sharing with you some of his story because of the fact that Nestor thought that he had freedom a long time ago, and it turned his story around because by creating freedom and working for himself, what he actually did is created a job for himself. So let me cover this a little bit for you because those of you who have not heard some of my story, I'm going to share it real quick here. We try to keep this under an hour. So my story is I worked in a call center environment for a long time, on and off. And then all of a sudden, I was pregnant with my daughter, which she is 12 now. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make the decision, and this is before I even knew what this company was, I'm going to make the decision that my daughter is never going to go to daycare. I don't want to go to daycare. I've seen some horror stories. No, we're not going to daycare. So I started my own computer store at the time when I was married, and we started our business with $100, and we're very successful for, I want to say, about 8 years. And then, of course, divorce happened and all kinds of stuff happened, but it was scary at times. And as Nestor will share with you, when you think that you've created all this freedom and you have your own schedule, you know what? You're married to your business. And you've actually created a job for yourself. Now, yes, the big, people in the industry say that, well, if you want financial freedom, create a business for yourself. So I did that. I had the 8-year plan of being married to my business, no freedom. My kids were coming to my job with me. We would go home, late in the evening, and I was trying to finish things, and it just didn't work. So I went back to work as a waitress and did waitressing for a couple of years, and during that time, I lost my father in 2010, and our family was, really upset about that because he was the one that, kind of took care of the family and did things for my mom. And a year later, for those of you who haven't heard the story, I've shared this on another Hangout, but 1 year later, all the dreams and the things that my parents had built, they were so proud, because I didn't grow up rich. I actually, until I was 8 years old, I lived in a little, 8 by probably 54 trailer house, okay? And they were so proud they built this house, and I remember we were kids, we were sliding down the dirt, and the house would come in on pieces, and those are things that you never forget. And my father stated before he passed of cancer in 2010, he said, you better sell this house because you won't be able to take care of it. And in reality, he was kind of right, because if you remember me talking about, people trying to retire on 40% of what they used to make, it's very, very hard. So 2011, I actually was out on a camping trip with my mom, and she was in the car with us, and a family member called me and said, where's your mom? Where's your mom? And I said, well, she's right here in the car. And we get home. Now, this is the house that I was raised in from 8 until, I was probably about in my 40s, early 40s at that time, and come home and the house is destroyed from a tornado. Everything that she worked hard for was gone. And my purpose? Could I do anything on waitress wages? Come on, in the state of Wisconsin, they make $2.35 an hour plus tips. Can you imagine the feeling of standing there, with your mother down at her knees, seeing curtain rods stuck in the tree and the roof of her house lifted, and her cat missing for days and things like that, and she was still mourning my dad, and the feeling of standing there and being helpless. Come on, you guys have some sort of purpose in life to go all in and make a better life. If it's not for you, do it for your family. Do it for someone that you can reach out and help, touch their life. And the other thing that I will mention is Terrence was talking about a company that closed today. And my feelings on this, and this may create controversy, I don't know. I don't really have a big opinion on it, but any company that you join, number one, it should be teaching you some marketing skills along with it. I don't care what the company is, because your takeaway from a company is, one, you should be learning stuff all the time, whether you have a team or not, because you can take those skills. And I know people who do this. They take the skills that they have learned from this company and use this as a main business, but they're out marketing. They're a social media manager for other companies. They're you know, Facebook managers. They do all sorts of things. They're virtual assistants. Why? Because in this business, when you click that button below and you click on the link that the person invited you here and you click that button, you're going to join that team. And what do you gain? Knowledge. Probably more knowledge, in my opinion, than you would gain in marketing school. That's what this business is about. How much are you going to invest in your education? And what if you could teach your children that? I have a 12-year-old right now. She loves to blog. How many 12-year-olds do you know want to sit down and blog? Not many. But she sees all the stuff that her mom learns and she wants to learn. That's powerful. Just like Nestor, I'm sure he'll be teaching his children when they get of age. You know? So, Nestor, I'm going to let you actually finish us out here with a closing statement. And we'll let everybody get to, there's an Empower meeting afterwards here for our affiliates, so we want to not hold that up too long. But if you've joined us today, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you click the link below from the person that invited you. And Nestor is going to finish this out telling us his story. You know, sometimes you can either create a business or you can create a life.
All right, thank you, Teresa. Well, the story that I was talking earlier, it was 2-in-1, and I didn't finish it. My computer totally crashed, totally froze on me. But those are the things that you got to go through. All these obstacles you got to go through. I mean, and you got to just think about it like they're not a big deal. But when I was meeting my friend, like I was talking about, and I was telling him that I went all in. It was just an amazement to him, you know, that, you know, the feeling of like he now knows somebody who's all in, and that, you know, created something inside him where he now is just like all his focus, and it's like, okay, how can I get all in? And that's what we've been working with, right? We've been working with that as like, how can he go in? And just like Terrence was mentioning, you know, all you gotta do is just, you know, decide and have a goal and just say, you know, I'm gonna go all in. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it. And so, you know, and the thing is, it's just like it is just a mental thing, right? It's just a block that you have. And the reality is, guys, that this decision to join a business or to go all in or to do anything in life, this is actually the simplest thing you will ever do. It's just like the simplest thing you can ever do is decide to actually start the business, decide to actually, you know, go all in. It's the simplest decision that you can ever make, because it's something that's gonna you know, affect your future in a great way, because, you know, the hard parts are gonna come, because there's always obstacles that get in the way, right? Like my computer crashing or certain personal situations that happen, like with Teresa. I mean, those are the hard parts, right? And so if you're not all in mentally, physically, and financially, then it's just you're not gonna be able to handle it good when the true stuff, you know, like the true bad things come along, right? So what happened in that particular day with that gentleman was that we were there. Hold on for just 1 second. So what happened that day was we were almost at the limit of the 3,500 limit, and you know, we had, you know, the manager and the manager of the manager, and there was also the dealer. I was sweating, you know, everybody was sweating, and you can see that the look in their faces of like, this guy's just gonna lose massive amounts of money, but we still had the belief in everything. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I was just checking to make sure that I didn't get cut off or anything like that, because I saw. So I'm just gonna keep talking, believing that. All right. So okay, cool. So yeah, the thing is, I gotta keep on checking to make sure that this is This is keep going, okay? All right. So that particular day, everybody was just like kind of just on the edge of their seats, seeing if this guy what's going to happen, right? And all of a sudden, all these chips were on the table. There was like a bunch of chips. I've never seen so much chips on the table, and as the roulette kept going and the little ball kept bouncing, all we were just thinking is like, I mean, you can even tell like they were praying for us, right? The dealer, so that we could win. But as I will see that gentleman's face, he knew that this is gonna work out, and that's how you have to stand in life. Is that you have to know that everything's gonna work out. And as the ball bounced back and forth, it landed on black. It landed on that color black, and in that day we won, right? And it was just a feeling of like, I mean, I can't even describe this feeling, but you can probably relate to a feeling like that whenever something goes the right way. When something just goes the right way, that's the type of feeling, and that's the type of feeling that you get when you actually decide to go all in. The day that you decide to go all in, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, just put all your heart and effort into the business that you decide to do. That day is just an amazing day because it feels such a freedom. And once you step over that line, you'll know what I was talking about this decision being the simplest decision you could ever make. Because then you start thinking, why did I make it a long time ago? And then you start seeing the results. You start seeing how everything just makes sense, because now you actually start to have the education that you need, right? I really don't want to go a long way with this. I wanted to have a little bit more time, but I know that the time is up. But it's just, all you got to do is just believe that the right thing's going to happen. That believe that it's going to happen for you, and believe that it will all work out, right? That it's just that your mental block when it comes to business, when it comes to something, it's just that it's your inner beliefs, and if you're not all in, it just makes it even harder. But go ahead and Teresa, close it down if you want to. That's all I wanted to share. Go ahead and click on the button below if you're not in Team Blitz, and if you are in Team Blitz, just like Karen said, there's nothing to do but go up from wherever you are, and that means getting all in. All right, guys, thank you so much. This is Nestor.
Thank you so much, Nestor. And for those of you who joined us the first time today, maybe you're watching this on YouTube, maybe you're actually watching from our new Hangout page, which is teamblitzlive.com. And if you already are in the business, you can actually add /ID equals and your Empower username and take advantage of the people speaking on this panel today. So I invite you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to join us again, and we will be announcing the next subject, so watch your Facebook, and we'll see you then. Thanks for joining Team Blitz, and have a great night.